Mr. Malibu, and here we are with Barbara Lazaroff. Barbara, you have done so much amazing work with so many different fundraisers and charities.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, does it have a growing impact on you? Like, do you actually get an evolving sense of balance of being able to receive and being able to give, and that dynamic?
I think what I'm going to say this evening, I'm getting a visionary award, but I find that interesting. I said I'm not really a visionary as much as a person that tends to see where things need help. If I see poverty, or I see hunger, or I see organization like this, Aid for AIDS, Faire Project, I feel a need to help. Once I've seen it, it's something I can't neglect. I've been involved in HIV and AIDS organizations since the late 70s, when it really a lot less was known, and I was honored by Project Angel Food. I worked for APLA, DIFA. I started dining out for AIDS, and where people would come for meals in our restaurants and other restaurants. And, you know, even today, I still see some reticence in some people in terms of helping a cause such as this. People who are really afflicted with so many issues, because often this leads to homelessness. People cannot work. They become ill. And what the Faire Project does is it's able to get people back up on their feet well enough to be reconnected with their family.
We're so happy that you have a passion to support this kind of project.
I have always. I've been involved with this organization, the Alliance and Aid for AIDS, because of the Best in Drag show for, I don't know how many years, 8? I don't know, something like that. But I mean, I go way back, certainly with AIDS organizations, so I'm happy to help any of them.
It's really amazing. Do you have any learning curve? The more you're involved with these, has there been a learning curve?
It gets in a sense. You realize that it's the nature of all these benefits is very much the American character, which is very generous. I wonder if other countries have benefits to the degree that we do to raise money for organizations. I don't think they do. Certainly in New York and LA, there's one you could go to one every night.
And it's really sweet. I can really feel your sincerity, and you really put your heart into this. This isn't just for show. This is one of those real things where you really care.
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
Really trying to make an impact.
Well, in terms of this particular field of wanting to support AIDS research, AIDS care, AIDS organizations, I mean, this problem has been around for 30 years, and for the first 10 years, it wasn't even acknowledged by the President of the United States, because, and even now still, because it's long since left the homosexual community as its only prey. But it is a sexually transmitted disease, so it has a doubly hard road to hoe, you know?
Right. I understand.
So, it's been 30 years now, and it may be 30 more years. A virus is a very wily beast.
I really feel that the Faire Project and the Alliance for Housing, all of it, having come together was a great idea, because you need to provide safe shelters, places where people can get food and sustenance, but also where they can get their medication in a timely and correct manner. Recently, I went to visit one of the women's homes, and one of the girls has gone back to school. Another one is going to be reconnected with her child.
Good.
They're so clean, they're so lovely. I'm joking tonight. I'm saying if I could only get my boys to keep their rooms so tidy and neat. It was very cheery and warm. And we know how the human touch and how love can heal. And that's what's so important about this. So I'm very honored.
Look at polio. When I was young, polio was actually scary. When a child got polio, everyone in the town, the kids weren't allowed to swim. That was the end of summer, Polio's gone. Polio is gone.
Thank God.
But no one could have imagined it would be gone.
Right.
And it's interesting. I always find it interesting to accept an award for something we should always be doing all the time. But if it can shed a little light on something that's truly important, then it matters. And we all matter we all want to be remembered. And if you really want to have an impact on the world, do something for someone else.
Mm-hmm. It's so sweet because I think the award is basically the heart trying to reach out and honor your heart for all the love that you put into this.
Well, that's a beautiful way of putting it. Thank you.
And so I know that I can speak on behalf of everybody of how grateful they are for your passion to put into this and to create awareness for it.
I hope so. I'm hoping, like drops in an ocean, you create a ripple effect in a community.
Is there any exciting news about any medical breakthrough in regards to AIDS? Is there any
I read a couple of weeks ago that there's some sort of cream that's helping people. I really think that, interestingly, I do a lot of work with organizations in cancer research. The big thing now is vaccines there, for various forms of cancer. I work with the Israel Cancer Research Fund. They've raised $45 million over the last, well, I personally haven't, but we've all done these events over the years. And American Cancer Society and Friends of Sheba Hospital. But the organizations that do cancer research at a really fine level are finding the interrelationships of diseases. I think one of the great breakthroughs in HIV and AIDS will be the vaccine. I think that the interesting thing that will come to the forefront is when they really can do something to break the cycle of the virus replicating.
And on the brighter side, it's really sweet, kind of ironically, that you bring laughter and fun through your work in television. That to me is really, have you ever heard that when a person laughs, it releases chemicals in the body that heal?
Well, there's a famous doctor, I'm trying to remember his name, at Yale Medical School, who says that he was ill and he got every funny movie ever made and watched a funny movie every night or during the day. He just had nothing, and the Marx Brothers, and Lucille Ball, and things that make you laugh out loud. And it was a big part of his healing, and he recommends it.
Yeah, and I was wondering also, forgive my ignorance, I don't keep up on the latest up-to-the-minute storyline on 2.5 Men, but I heard something about they were going to write Charlie out of the thing and have a funeral, that he would die or something.
Well, that is out.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But we're not allowed to talk about the new show. But that is out, and that is out, and that is true.
If that would have been the case, then it would have been conceivable that in the story he could have instantaneously reincarnated as Ashton Kutcher, and then you could be the mother of Ashton, and then Charlie could go on How I Met Your Mother, and then you could be the mother of all mothers.
That's really good. That's really good. Well, I think they came up with a very clever way to they turned the show on its side.
Good.
It's delightful. Ashton is wonderful.
Fantastic.
And, it's good.
Well, we love your work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Thank you very much. I love your watch.
Thank you.